everybody, we're at chapter 44 of Children, Blood, and Bone, and we're in Zelly's perspective. Beads of sweat soak through my cropped dashiki and drip onto the mountain stone. My muscles shake with the strain of practicing 100 incantations, but Enon doesn't let up. He rises from our latest skirmish, brushing hardened earth from his bare chest. Though a red welt swells on his cheek from my last animation, Enon squares his stance. Again. Damn it, I pant. Just give me a break. There's no time for a break. If you can't do this, we need another plan. The plan is fine, I say through my teeth. What else do you need to prove that? They'll be strong. We won't need that many. There are over 50 fighters down there, Zelly. Armed, battle-ready men. If you think 8 animations will be enough, it's more than enough for you. I point to the bruise forming on Enon's eye, to the blood staining the right sleeve of his kaftan. You can barely fight one. What makes you think you can handle more? Because there are 50 of them, Enon shouts. I'm not even at half my strength. I should hardly be your gauge. Then prove me wrong, little prince. I clench my fists, eager to draw more of his royal blood. Show me how weak I am. Show me how strong you really are. Zelly. Enough, I roar, pressing my palms into the ground. For the first time, my spiritual pathways unlock without an incantation. My Ch drains and the animation flow. With a rumble, they come to life, rising from the earth at my silent command. Enon's eyes widen as 10 animations charge across the hill. But in the brief moment before the attack, his gaze narrows. A vein bulges against his throat. His muscles tense against his strong build. His magic surfaces like a warm breeze, heating the air around us. He cuts through 2 animations. They crumble into dirt. He strikes like lightning against the others, dodging and attacking at the same time. Damn it. I bite the inside of my cheek and chew. He's faster than the average guard. Deadlier than the typical prince. I chant again, giving 3 more animations new life. I hope the rush will slow Enon down, but after a few frenzied seconds, he stands alone. Sweat rolls down his forehead. Dried soil crunches under his feet. 12 animations later, and still, he stands. Satisfied, though he pants, he looks more alive than I've ever seen him. Sweat glistens off the curves of his muscles. For once, he's more than skin and bone. His face flushes red with color as he stabs his sword into a crack in the ground. If I can take down 12 at full strength, how do you think 50 fighters will fare? I press my palms into the cliff. I'll make an animation he can't defeat. The ground rumbles, but my Ch is too drained to breathe new spirit into soldiers. Without resorting to blood magic, I can't do it. No matter how hard I strain, no animations spring forth. Whether Enon sees my desperation on my face or senses it with his magic, I don't know. He pinches the bridge of his nose, all but stifling a low groan. Zelly. No. I cut him off. My eyes drift toward my pack. The sunstone lies beneath the leather, silently tempting me. If I used it, I could conjure up more than enough animations to take down 50 fighters. But Enon doesn't know I have it. And if those masked figures are after the scroll, they'll want the sunstone too. My frustration grows, though I know I'm right. I have a chance at retrieving the scroll and the bone dagger, but if the sunstone falls into the wrong Magi's hands, they'll become too powerful for me to ever get it back. But if I use blood magic... I look down at my hand. The bite marks around my thumb have just begun to scar. A blood sacrifice would be more than enough, but after what happened in the arena in Abeji, I never want to use blood magic again. Enon stares at me with expectant eyes. Solidifying my answer, I can't use either. I just need more time. We don't have time. Enon runs his hand through his hair. The white streak seems wider now than it did before. You're not even close. If you can't do this, we need to summon the guards. He takes a deep breath and the warmth of his magic begins to fade. The color drains from his skin. His vigor dies as he pushes his magic away. It's like the very life is being sucked out of him. Maybe the problem isn't me. My voice cracks and I close my eyes. I hate him for making me feel weak. I hate him for weakening himself. If you just use your magic, we wouldn't need guards. I can't. Can't or won't. My magic doesn't have offensive capabilities. Are you sure? I press, remembering Mama's stories. Lakin's pictures of the connectors. You've never stunned anyone? You've never cast a mental attack? A flicker passes across his face, something I can't read. He clenches the handle of his sword and looks away. The air grows colder as he pushes his magic even further down. For God's sake, Enon, have some resolve. If your magic could help save Amari, why aren't you doing everything you can? I step closer to him, trying to put gentleness in my tone. I'll keep your stupid secret. If we use your magic to attack... No. I jump back at the force of Enon's words. My answer is no. He swallows hard. I can't. I'm never doing that again. I know you're wary of the guards, but I'm their prince. I promise you I will keep them under control. I turn on my heel, walking back toward the ledge of the hill's incline. When Enon shouts my name, I grit my teeth, fighting the urge to smack him with my staff. I'll never save my brother. I'll never get back the dagger or the scroll. I shake my head, fighting the swirl of emotions that want to explode. Zelly, tell me, little prince. I whip around. What hurts more? The feeling you get when you use your magic, or the pain of pushing it all down? Enon jerks back. You can't possibly understand. Oh, I understand perfectly. I get in his face, close enough to see the stubble dotting his cheek. You would let your sister die and see all of Orisha burn if it meant keeping your magic a secret. Keeping my magic a secret is how I keep Orisha safe. The air warms at his powers surge. Magic is the root of all of our problems. It's the root of Orisha's pain. Your father is the root of Orisha's pain. My voice shakes with anger. He's a tyrant and a coward. That's all he'll ever be. My father is your king. Enon closes in. A king trying to protect his people. He took magic away so Orisha would be safe. That monster took magic away so that he could slaughter thousands. He took magic away so the innocent couldn't defend themselves. Enon pauses. The air continues to warm as guilt creeps into his expression. He did what he thought was right. He speaks slowly. But he wasn't wrong to take magic away. He was wrong for the oppression that followed. I dig my hands into my hair, skin growing hot at Enon's ignorance. How can he defend his father? How can he not see what's truly going on? Our lack of power and our oppression are one and the same, Enon. Without power, we're maggots. Without power, the monarchy treats us like scum. Power isn't the answer. It will only intensify the fight. Maybe you can't trust my father, but if you could learn to trust me, to trust my guards. Trust the guards! I scream so loud there's no doubt every fighter hidden in the godforsaken forest hears my voice quake. The same guards who chained my mother by her neck. The guards who beat my father half to death. The guards who grope me whenever they have a chance, just waiting for the day they can take everything when I'm forced into the stocks. Enon's eyes grow wide, but he presses. The guards I know are good. They keep Lagos safe. My gods. I stalk away. I can't listen to this. I'm a fool for thinking we could ever work together. Hey! He yells. I'm talking to you. I'm done talking, little prince. Clearly you'll never understand. I could say the same thing. He runs after me with labored steps. You don't need magic to fix things. Leave me alone. If you could just see where I'm coming from. Go. You don't have to be afraid. I am always afraid. I don't know what shocks me more. The power in my voice or the words themselves. Afraid. I'm always afraid. It's a truth I locked away years ago, a fact I fought hard to overcome. But when it hits, I'm paralyzed. I can't breathe. I can't talk. All at once I crumple to the ground, clasping my palm over my mouth to stifle the sobs. It doesn't matter how strong I get, how much power my magic wields. They will always hate me in this world. I will always be afraid. Zelly, no. I breathe through the sobs. Stop. You think you know what it's like, but you don't. You never will. Then help me. Enon kneels by my side, careful to keep his distance. Please, I want to understand. You can't. They built this world for you, built it to love you. They never cursed at you in the streets, never broke down the doors of your home. They didn't drag your mother by her neck and hang her for the whole world to see. Now that the truth is out, there's nothing I can do to stop. My chest billows as I sob. My fingers tremble at the terror. Afraid. The truth cuts like the sharpest knife I've ever known. No matter what I do, I will always be afraid. Okay, so we just ended chapter 44. Take a minute. Why was this revolution so impactful and so powerful to Zelly? Why has it affected her so much? Finally having to admit out loud that she's afraid going through. Okay. Once you've done that and you've written your summary of your chapter, we're at chapter 45, a very short chapter. That's all there is. So also in your notes for chapter 45, why is this so short? Why are we back to that really brief portion of a chapter within here? So what's the purpose within here? And then Enon's perspective. Zelly's pain falls through the air like rain. It sinks into my skin. My chest heaves with her sobs. My heart rips with her anguish. And all the while, I feel a terror unlike anything I've ever known. It crushes my soul. It destroys all will to live. This can't be her world. This can't be the life Father built. But the longer that her pain grips me, the more I realize this fear is always there. If your guards were here, everything would be just as broken, just as hopeless. There's no living under their tyranny, only our salvation is power. As soon as the words leave her mouth, Zelly's sobs quiet. It's like she's remembered a deeper truth, a way to escape the pain. Your people, your guards, they're nothing more than killers, rapists and thieves. The only difference between them and criminals is the uniforms they wear. She pulls herself to her feet and palms the tears from her eyes. Fool yourself all you want, little prince, but don't feign innocence with me. I won't let your father get away with what he's done. I won't let your ignorance silence my pain. With that, she disappears. Her quiet footsteps fade into the silence. In that moment, I realize how wrong I've truly been. It doesn't matter if I'm in her head. I'll never understand all her pain. Okay, with that chapter 2, we have another repeated motif. We talked about ignorance as a motif potentially in our last class when we discussed the last chapter set. So how does this motif of ignorance, it keeps coming up with Enon's chapters, what can we develop with that? Why is it important within there? And then sum up chapter 45. And then once you've done your notes for chapter 45 or 44 and 45, then continue on to chapter 46.